first question comes from Reuters.
There are no questions.
I'll ask one. Governor, the oil situation in Mexico, I was going to ask about this. I understand if what I read is correct, that the fields have peaked and are beginning, I mean on land in Chiapas state, and all those are beginning to decline, although yes, there would be some more coming in the Gulf. I'll ask two short questions. One, what is Mexico doing to diversify its energy sources, maybe to get away from oil and gas, and also to abate, to clean up some of the pollution, the heavy pollution that you have in your capital city?
You can tell me your name and...
I'm Julian Josephson, and I'm with Bootstrap Press. It's a non-profit organization based in Maryland.
Okay. Is that okay if I answer in Spanish, or is difficult for you to...
I would need it in
English. Well, I'm afraid to get in English. Well, obviously our country is working on new ways to generate energy, and there are new investments in order to produce energy through other means. And what I have proposed as a member of my party in order to build a proposal for the next election, the presidential election, is the opportunity that we have in order to make a strong way to generate economic growth in the next years, is to give the chance into Pemex to open to the private investment, which not necessarily mean that the state will lose property on the hydrocarbons. Is that the way to say it? Hydrocarbons? Hydrocarbons. This means that, as happens in many other places that produce oil, that they have joint ventures, that they have participation of the private sector in exploration, in production, in refination, and that we can do that. And I strongly believe that in the next years, as one of the priorities we have as a country, to grow economically and to generate employees for the people in Mexico. I really believe that through this way, through the participation of Pemex, promoting private investment, is a way to generate employees and more investment, to get more production. And as I said in other places, in many occasions, Mexico needs to grow economically, and Pemex can be, I'm trying to find the word, palanca, I would say, leverage to give a very strong impulse to this economic growth. And obviously we need to work on the other, what you just mentioned, other means of getting generation and energy, to produce energy by other means. That's what I wanted to say.
I have a question. First of all, let me congratulate you on the results that we saw yesterday for the PR. And there were immediately reactions from the other two parties with allegations of your party aligning with organized crime. What is your reaction to that?
Say it in Spanish or English? Better English for you. I believe that in democracy the parties need to know how to participate and be able to recognize when they win and when they lose. And that's how democracy is. And those are the rules of the democracy. What is not good for the democracy is when parties who, at the time of the election and when the election ended, the all parties that were in the contest, they all celebrate. They all celebrate that they have won. When they finally knew the final result, two came up to say, let's go back, let's do the election again, and and start criticizing the PRI by any means. And that's not the fair play in democracy. I think that our party has clearly set what is going to be, what would be his policies on the crime, against the crime organization. That's not, there is, I wouldn't say there is a debate on that. There can be a debate on the way and the means and the, how we can reach a better goal in order to provide security to the people. But it is not a question for any party that the state has the responsibility and the obligation to give security and to combat the crime organization. When a party affirms or says what you just said on your question is a nonsense and something that is out or is not convenient for a party that is supposed to be playing with the rules of democracy.
Just a quick follow-up. As a journalist, looking at Mexico from outside, we see two things. One is organized crime, and the other is we see the financial and economic development. And they seem to be very interrelated.
Yeah, that's right.
And what is your vision or plan of action for the future?
I would say there are two priorities for the future of Mexico. First of all, we need to promote and grow economically by different means. I have set 10 points how to reach this economic development and how to grow up, and to generate, after all, a virtuous cycle between getting economic growth and attending combating the crime organization and giving security to the people. That will give us a virtuous cycle. Security will bring us more economic growth, and with more economic growth, I'm sure we can attend more efficient the security that the people demands. Part of the reasons why we have, I believe, the security condition in Mexico is because we have young people that are in the need to have a job, and unfortunately, the economy has not developed those employees. So many of the crime organizations